All right, good morning everybody and welcome to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We're going to be going through live order flow analysis using Bookmap. The All Markets webinar, this is Bruce, and the goal here is to understand the current price action, what's happening, and where price might go next. We will look for those targets and based on a process in the order flow. Understanding the behavior of the participants in the auction, and that is the edge that you can use with Bookmap and order flow. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so let's jump in and let's take a look here. Monday morning, what's going on in the markets. Let's see here. I'm using Trader Map Pro here, and just looking at the S&P E-mini and a filtered heat map. You can see the 9:30 cash open here, and you can see the back and forth. So nothing shaking here at the moment. That allows us to look at the higher time frame. It's really important to understand the higher time frame. This is kind of what sets the plan in motion. All right, so we can do this now actually not just by looking at candlestick charts, but we have a new version of Bookmap now. You guys don't have access to it yet. I am just super excited about this new version of Bookmap. It's alpha version, and let me just show you why I'm so excited about it. If I zoom out here in the S&P E-mini, now this is the continuous contract here. You can see this is all of, well, I can go back as far as 2021 here. Okay, so this was all of 2022. We had kind of a little bit of a bearish market in 2022, and then you can see 2023 and 2024 have been very bullish. Nice moves to the upside, and we can understand order flow here on these time frames, and that is amazing to me. I've never seen anything like it, and this will allow us to zoom into now. I mean, we don't need to look at this picture here. We want to look at the bigger picture for the day or the week here, and we're going to zoom in and take a look here. So I believe this was December 18th right here. This is FOMC right here, okay, and we've been hacking around within that price action since. In fact, in this new version of Bookmap, even the version that you can get right now. There's a new channel tool here for the drawing, and you can hold down the shift key as well, and we can draw it from here and kind of draw it out and then edit it and make this channel here. Okay, so we're coming up against it right now in the current price action. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Now this was from FOMC. You can see we went a little bit above it here. Okay, so we might want to adjust it for that, but let's just take a look in here, and we're going to zoom in, right, and look at some days in here in Bookmap. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this channel just for the moment here, right? 6100, the figure up here, looking pretty key as a potential area for today as well. All right, we'll see. But on the higher time frame, this is looking pretty good. Right, so we've got let me edit this trend line here, go off of these swings here. So we're breaking out here, and on this trend line we can also put in a horizontal line right here. Okay, and you can see that we've broken out. We came up and tested this high. And we've come back down and retested into this area here as well, and we're still above it. Okay, so this is bullish, and we're going to kind of watch the acceptance and the volume and the order flow up on these higher time frames here. And then we're going to look at the lower time frame in the TraderMap Pro filtered version here of Bookmap. All right, so higher time frame, well, looking pretty good. We see the back and forth and some of the volume in here. Yeah, you know, it's still bullish, and we still see the volume trading up into these areas here. But we do see some red dots coming in as well. Okay, so some big selling coming in now at the moment. The profiles in here are only for today. Okay, so just so you know that. Yeah, happy Tuesday. Hi, Stephen and Alois. Welcome, everybody. And see if there's any questions over in YouTube. No, nothing at the moment. All right. All right. Okay, so yeah, you can see a little more selling coming in right now as well. Okay, but the bigger picture here is we're still bullish, right? You can see the beautiful trend line test here down by these swings in our horizontal line as well. Okay, now we can also start to piece together some order flow in here, meaning what I mean by order flow here is the limit buy and sell orders. Okay, and we can see it. We test it down here, we bounce up and through it, and then we test it up into some of the liquidity up in here in the heat map just this morning, and you can see that we've sold off. Okay, now heavy selling coming in right now. All right, well, let's zoom in here a little bit and see what's happening here. Okay, so yeah, the profile also kind of shows like a lot of heavy to the downside here. As you can see the kind of B-shaped profile here. So yeah, we're getting some price discovery to the downside here. I'm curious to see if this is a buying opportunity, or are we just going to get a pullback and then a continuation here? All right, so let's zoom out a little bit more here and look at some of the swings. Okay, we're down at this swing here from the earlier this morning, and then now we can see that we want to zoom in here a little bit closer and see what it looks like here in the some buying coming in, but we'll take a look here. This will parlay into something I wanted to cover today. All right, and it's a good time to jump over to the TraderMap Pro version here, and we can trade from this chart as well in May. All right, so this is what I want to cover. How many people in here? How many are stock traders? And if you're a stock trader, are you looking at level 2? Okay, or some of you futures guys here, most of you guys over in Discord, are you looking at a dome? Okay, dome or level 2? Right. So I want to cover something in here, and we're starting to see some of it play out right now. I'll create a poll here. All right, start a poll there, and let's see how this goes here. Do you use your level 2 or your dome? Okay. Now, one of the things that a lot of dome traders look at is very, very simple. In fact, here we can kind of zoom in here, and let me get rid of this custom notes. Here's our dome here, or our COB column, which stands for current order book. Okay, these are limit sell orders above the market and limit buy orders down below. Now, what we want to understand are pullbacks and some of these ranges in here. Now, the beauty in Bookmap compared to looking at the dome is you'd have to remember the pullback came down to here. You know, at 45. Now, do I find buyers at 45? Well, we did. Okay, now are you finding buyers back up in here? Okay, what's the time in sales look like? Well, the time in sales in Bookmap is right in front of you right here. Okay, it's these volume dots, and it's graphically done. Okay, and we're getting a breakout here. Okay, so I'm bullish, and I was bullish up here before this actually broke out here, and this is why. Okay, because a lot of traders looking at their level 2, when you come back up to these previous areas in here, do you find buyers? Now, we've covered exactly this education in Bookmap for a long time. Okay, but what we want to cover it here is, how does this relate to level 2 or your dome, right? And seeing it. In fact, maybe we'll bring up the Dome Pro product here. Just a minute, and I'll bring it up. The Dome Pro product is a standalone dome. It's a very professional, high-level dome, and it is included within your Bookmap. Not supported for this instrument. Okay, so I got to jump over to S here, and then we'll get it up and running. Here it is. Okay, and we'll enable it. All right, that's that. It's a standalone dome. And yeah, here we've got it. And let's take a look here. All right, so those of you trading off the dome, in fact, I think I can make this text quite a bit bigger here. Font. So it makes it a little easier to read. Let's try 18. See what it looks like. Okay, well, that certainly helps. Okay, so we got our price level here. We've got the bid and the offer here, or the ask, and the depth on each. So, you know, and then you've got your recent bids, and this is your time in sales basically in here on the offer and on the bid in here. So we're going to look at this in here. So we're getting a little bit of a pullback, and this was a recent high up here. Okay, so now what we want to see is, if we come up here, what does the order book look like, and is there appetite by the buyers up in here? Okay, so let's look for it. Okay, here's 188, 92, 200. Okay, so yeah, we just breached it, but we didn't find too many buyers up here. Well, let's see if we get a retest up here and we find some more buyers. Order book looks pretty good. There's some pretty high liquidity up here, a little bit higher. What does the bid look like? Bid is starting to show some buying interest down here. All right, so then yeah, let's see if we can get back up here and get some more buying. Here we go. Now let's look for it. Okay, and look for some buyers in here. Okay, and if we can, and you can see that we're not right now. You can see it kind of back and forth still in here. Okay, we still see this limit sell orders up in here, some high liquidity. Okay, so they just pulled. They're adding back in. Okay, now I want to see a skew on the bid here, and I want to see these guys up in here pull. Okay, and then I want to see these buyers come in here. Here we go. There we go. There's our buyers. Okay, let's see the breakout here, and let's move up into about this 59 or 60 level up here. Okay, so now let's relate this to Bookmap. All right, so here we go, and it's all here in front of us. Okay, those sellers are up here at this area here. And well, let's go over to the Trader Map Pro. Okay, I'm sorry. So sellers up in these areas up in here. Okay, that we saw. That's 117 or whatever. Now we can even use the tool tip here and look at this here and relate that dome liquidity on the offer to this in the heat map up in here. Okay, and we were looking for those buyers to start to show up as well. Okay, now here we go again, buyers. Okay, back up in here. All right, still looking for buyers and looking for it to hit 60. Okay, so we're getting that breakout here. Now, the way that a lot of dome traders look at this, and they're level 2 traders as well in stocks, is they're looking for what's the order flow look like, and what does the price action and time and sales look like up here, okay, at the top edge. That's it, you know. So we're looking for, is there interest? Now look at the little retest back up in here. See, the beauty here is we can relate all of that into Bookmap here, okay? And you can study it, you can look at it, and start to understand it. So this looks really good here. We get a pullback and we get a retest back up in here, and we don't find the buying interest. We find sellers. Sellers take it down. Okay, they take it down to the bottom of this range. Same idea in this range here. Okay, between here, 57 and this 53.5 or so. Okay, now we're getting the same down here at this price level at our 53.5. We're getting our sellers, okay, testing into this area in here. Now breaking out, breaking down, testing through that area in here. Okay, into high liquidity though along the way. Okay, so this is where we're starting to understand not only these breakouts and breakdowns, but also potential false breakouts and false breakdowns. So in here we have high liquidity. It's getting filled. So these are buyers on the bid. This is demand in here. Now we're looking for a demand by the aggressors above that area in here. Okay, and then to come back up in here where there were buyers previously. Okay, so this was our breakout that we were looking for earlier, and that move into 60, and then we just didn't get any follow through up here. Okay, is this making sense to you guys? Over in Discord especially, just want you guys to understand and relate to the dome. If there's any dome traders you know, in here, that if you have any questions regarding this. And I'm not seeing too much right now. Okay, so looks like about 2/3 of you guys so far use the dome or level 2. Okay, I mean, people are using it because it provides an edge. In Bookmap, you're looking at a composite view of that, and you're looking at it graphically. So we can go back and study it. You don't have to memorize it in an area in here. Okay? We know what happened in here. Okay, so now we found buyers, or the sellers met the buyers here, and this is a potential short squeeze now. Okay, so now we're looking. Okay, so now let's go look at this top edge here. Okay, are we getting buyers? A little bit more. What's the book look like? Well, there's liquidity here. Okay, so it shies away from it. Here are buyers. Now I'm looking for them to, now we've come up here a couple times. I'm looking for them to test here to 58. Okay, pull back, more buying. Okay, a little bit more here at 56.25. Okay, now what would help us here look for this continuation and breakout? Okay, high liquidity on the bid at a higher level. See how we're not getting that? That's the one thing that we're not getting here. The buyers are down here. It's dark in here. Okay, now we're going to get this a retest back up here, and let's see. Okay, do we still get buyers up in here at 50? If we get buyers up here at 55.75 or 56, I'm looking for it to break out up into maybe 60. Here they are. Okay, now do we have a stacked bid here? No. Okay, are we getting buyers again here? All right, yeah, we are. All right, so let's just jump in. Okay, I'm looking for the buyers to take this higher. Okay, previous swing up here, or maybe this 59 level would be a good area to take some profit. Okay, now I still don't like that the bid isn't strong here underneath. Okay, but we're finding aggressive buyers up here. Okay, so let's see here. We might get one more move down lower here. We might even get trapped up in here. We might find sellers hit into 52, and then we're going to get a long squeeze here, right? That's a possibility. But just to demo this in here, and we're finding buyers up in this top edge in here, and we're finding the auction. The bid is starting to look a little bit better here. Okay, so let's get a little bit more on the bid, and also aggressive buyers here, just around this 56.5. Okay, it's all set up for it. There they are, starting to bid. Now we're looking for the follow through. Okay, no icebergs, nothing big. Hear it again. All right, so let's see the follow through now. Okay, and you can see it, the rotations here, and it's a killer getting these rotations like this. But if there still buyers in here, there just wasn't enough to follow through here and break out. Okay, still some more. It's looking pretty good. All right, now this is our third, fourth time up here. I'm looking for the buyers to take it higher. Okay, and my take profit is up at this swing. Actually, let's get a runner in it if we can here. So we'll just get out 4 of our five lots up here if we get filled. All right, so now again, this is critical here. If we don't find our buyers here, we get exhaustion in here. We're going to look for a move down to the bottom of the range in here. Okay, so there we are. There we're filled. Now, how did this break out? What about up in here in this into this swing? Okay, so it looks okay, but like it's not really following through here. I'm really looking for a big move here, right? Now maybe here's our retest now. Maybe we'll get it now. Okay, and then maybe we can get up into maybe 65 here, like a bigger move here. And let's zoom out. Let's try to kind of measure that. A move up into about this 63 looks pretty good. Okay. All right, well, we have some hurdles to get through here. And we have high liquidity up here at 60 and 61. Okay, and they're not pulling. Okay, so there we go. We chewed through that. And are we still finding some demand in here by the aggressors? Okay, we're finding sellers. We're meeting sellers here. But now it's what we want to understand is this context between these aggressive buyers and these limit sell orders here. Still finding some buyers up here. Okay. And let's see them squeeze these sellers here. Can't get through it. Yeah, I'm looking for the test up to here. In fact, let's reset and put our limit sell up here. Okay, so here is our this is our break-even point. After we took those 4 contracts off here, our break-even is way down here. But see this little beige line there? That's our average position, and this is where we got in with 5, so we didn't. It's still here. We haven't added any more into it. So 57 or 56 3/4 where we got in. Okay, all right, still buyers. So looking for them to push it. Again, the critical thing to understand here and relate to the dome in here is on the retest back up into these areas, do you still find buyers? Okay, now our target is reached, right? And that's that. That's it, really. I mean, we want to understand in the relationship. Let's try to make this simple here. The relationship here in this range, for example, where are the buyers and where are the sellers? Okay. In Bookmap, we're showing it in here in the heat map. These are limit sell orders. This is supply. These are limit buy orders, and this is demand. Okay. Now, these are passive orders. They stay at certain price levels, and that's where they want to transact. Now, there's another side of it, though, of supply and demand, and that is the aggressors. Okay, those are the market buy and sell orders, and that's it. Okay, that's all we're looking at here. The green dots are market buy orders. The red dots are market sell orders. That's it. We want to understand this context within this price structure. Okay, and that's all we're looking at in terms of order flow here, or trying to understand and the where potentially price might go. Okay, so look at the demand up here. Okay, look at the bid down here. Look at the offer up here. Okay, see how we don't find those buyers now up here? See how that we just, and we get a beautiful price move right on cue here. Okay, not only did we not find those buyers up here, that interest in here, very little. Okay, at the same moment, right when we were talking, we see that there's more limit sell orders, more supply at a lower level. When you combine the supply of limit sell with the aggressive sell, you can get some really nice moves. Okay, the same applies for the buyers. Okay, limit buy orders getting filled, staying in the order book. We want to see that depth and that layering, and then we want to look for the aggressive buyers and that demand as well. Okay, so we're looking at here a composite view and understanding time and sales, which are these transactions floating through here, but you have the context of a price structure. Okay, instead of looking, we have a time and sales column in here as well. Okay, in Bookmap, right? It's a good one. You can pop it out too if you want to look at it compared to your dome, right next to your dome, right? So however it is that you want. You will also note we can pop it back in by closing it out. You can filter for them here. Okay, so instead of seeing all these 1 lots go through, you want to look at 10 lots for the S&P. Here you go. Okay, maybe 9. All right, maybe like 4 or 5. Maybe 4 would be better. Yeah, that might be better. All right, so now the time and sales here relate to the volume dots that you're seeing. Okay, so we just need to understand that context, and you've got it here graphically. You don't need to see the transactions and the numbers here. The size of the dot means more transactions. All right, so for you guys over in Discord, I know this is kind of a review, but it's worthy. Maybe something kind of clicks. Maybe you see things just a little bit differently for your way of trading. Okay, and let's see, any questions over on YouTube? Nope. Okay, we got 15 votes. Let's try to get a few more. We got enough guys over on YouTube. Maybe if we can get maybe like 5 more votes, Do you use a dome or level 2 for trading? Give us a thumbs up along the way. All right, we got 19. That was good. One more. There we go. 21. Okay, excellent. All right, so it's in the end is 50-50. Okay. All right, that's no problem. We'll end the poll here. Interesting. So started off as 2/3 of you guys do, and then it ended up being about half. Okay, but there's a reason why traders have been looking at time and sales and level 2 or the dome for quite a while since it's been available. It offers an edge. Okay, the problem is that you got to look at those things separate from your price action. Okay, you can look at this in Bookmap here as a composite view. Now, the one distinction here is it's done graphically in Bookmap. Okay, so it's the color of the heat map in here. So it's referential. Now you can use your tool here to tooltip and hover over. You see 122. You also see it in here in your dome or your current order book. Okay, so all right, let's see what happens down here. Now, what we want to look at though, in terms of some of this, some opportunities in here, is in most traders using the level 2 and dome and time and sales are looking at these as well. What really matters is your higher time frame levels. You're looking at that first, and you're looking for order flow to support the idea at those higher time frame levels. So this is not really, it's a level here. Okay, and you can see there's buyers here on the bid at this level here, are these swings here, okay, and also down here. All right, so maybe we're not looking for the move down here, okay, but we got to see something pretty good for that. Okay, so let's take a look here, and maybe we'll take a smaller position off of this because it's not as good as a setup, not as strong. Okay, so we're getting our breakout here. Now I'm looking for a pullback, and I would look for a move really just to the top of this range here right now. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, just not good enough. Not good enough. I'm still looking for it. Move up to about this 58 and a half or so. Okay, there we go. Now, so we're going off of a lower time frame move, and it's just not as likely to unfold, but we can still look at and put some of these pieces together. Okay, on the bid, getting tested, getting filled in some of these areas in here. These are our passive buyers, and then we're looking for our aggressive buyers here to start to turn things around and trade back up. Okay, so all right, so we got to move up into this swing up here and this liquidity here. Okay, maybe we can look for another pullback here. We can look at whatever it is that you look for your pullbacks. Okay, it might be a horizontal line, or it might be a trend line. Okay, or it might be a fib level, whatever it is. Kind of missed this one. Luis, so market profile is a very different thing than level 2. Okay, market profile. Well, we don't have market profile tools in Bookmap. We have volume profile tools though, and that's what you see here. Okay, in these columns, this SVP, which stands for session range volume profile, and chart range volume profile for this one. So all it's doing in profile is displaying the the transactions in a different way. Yes, thanks, Alois. Excellent. Level 2 equals market depth. Level 1 just means best bid and offer. Level 2 means more than just best bid and offer. Okay, now depending on your data provider, like if it's Bookmap data or Rhythmic data, you can get full depth of market here. Right, so look at my this is my Bookmap data chart here, and TraderMap Pro, and see all of these levels in here. Okay, we're talking like several points, not just ticks. Okay, so we're talking like, you know, here 15 points on up to 75 up here. Or I'm sorry, 115 points up to here to 175. So you can see there's 38 contracts up there. Okay, that's live. So they're in here now, right? Okay, so a lot of the depth products out there only show 10 levels, but depending on your data provider, you can have you know, full depth of market. All right, let's see here. How's this structure look? And we have the transactions up in here. Buyers met the sellers up here, and we got more buyers coming in again, and they're just about to meet these sellers here at 62.5. One larger player. Okay, they transacted. All right. So you know, buyers met the sellers here. Now the question we want to answer here: is there still more demand? And look at right in here. No, we don't see it. Okay, by the aggressors. So we're getting a pullback now, and we're finding demand here in the heat map. Not a whole lot, but some. Okay, around this 60 level especially. So now we're getting more demand by the aggressors. Not really, a little bit, kind of back and forth. You want to look at the cues? I've got the cues up. AF. Hey, over on YouTube, yeah, please give us a like. Subscribe to the channel if you like as well. Better yet, just come over to our Discord channel. You're going to get a lot more out of it than over here on YouTube. There's traders like Alois or Steven, D&T Matter, CMJ, a lot of these guys in here. They're just great traders, excellent content, and very active in the community. Okay, so you know, you're going to learn a lot more. It's a lot richer over here. Just put it that way. Let's see. Can you see? Please post the free price lines documentation. I don't know if that is free. That's not our indicator. You change your primary account. No, you cannot. If you change DNT, if you yeah, you change your data, like you're going to lose it. Okay, so it's per session. in Bookmap. And the reason is it's a lot of data. If it was just level 1 data, you know, there's no depth data in here historically or current market. That's easy. You know, that's why other platforms offer that. And you can go back years. So it was quite an achievement here, actually, to show this chart here, like I showed earlier. Okay, that this is a much higher time frame, and to show depth in this is amazing. I find it amazing, right? I mean, this is really helpful. Hey, look at this. We can see the weeks in here, and this cluster in here is a whole week. Here's this week, Monday and Tuesday, and the spaces in between here are the weekends. Okay, so you can see the price action. You can look at all the same stuff that we're looking at here in Bookmap on lower time frames. You'll be able to look at a higher time frame. Well, let's take a look at this breakout here on this higher time frame. You know, we're seeing the buy dot up here, so looking pretty good. I mean, it's starting to show a little bit more. Look at the size of these, because we're zoomed out and it aggregates. Look at the size of these icebergs and stops in here. Okay, this is for the day, right? Because you only get one of each in here. But it's showing us, which is pretty interesting data information. So how decisive is this? Well, it's been really back and forth in here, but it still is bullish, and I'm still seeing more buyers than sellers. Okay, so on the higher time frame, I'm still bullish here. Okay, looking for the move back up to the all-time highs around this 6,100. I don't know if we'll get there today, but that's what I'm looking for. Do we have a video how to use the Discord? That's a great question. Troglodyte, the Stoic Troglodyte. We don't at the moment. I know we were working on it, and I know it was. I'll have to find out more from you on that. Okay, Dan is away for who helps out here. He's the one working on that video, but he's away until another hour or so. Okay, so don't have an answer for you today. Yeah, just come over to Discord, and you'll need to verify your email address. This is a good thing. It filters out a lot of other people who come in and lurk and really don't provide any value whatsoever within the Discord community. Okay, in fact, sometimes they're disruptive. All right, so looking good here on this higher time frame again. Now look at this chart here. This is the same idea that we were just covering on much lower time frames. Okay, here we have several days. Okay, and we're coming back up into these areas in here, and we're finding buyers. Okay, so we're looking for the buyers to break out. So I'm looking, we still need to get a little higher here. This is kind of in the middle. I want to see the buyers up here around the 65 level. And then maybe we can get up into a bigger move up into like 6,100. All right, let's jump back. Let's take a look at the current market. Really back and forth in here. All right. So let's take a look at our trade. And I want to start doing this more often with you guys. Is what did we do right? What did we do wrong? Learning from our trades in here. Sometimes it won't be. It will be just to kind of test an idea or position. But other times, you know, we're really looking for something to unfold. Now, again, this is all in demo. It does say trading live down here. This is in demo paper trading mode, and it is not a trading room in here. It is to demonstrate how to manage potential positions in here and why. Okay, because we can all understand, you know, technical analysis and supply and demand or whatever it is in our setups, but how do you manage it? And that's a whole nother question, right? And we're going to manage it in with relationship to the order flow as well. And that's exactly what we did here. Okay, so we got out here, we had our reasons, we had high liquidity up here, we had a swing up here, we got out there and went back and forth after that. And then we found more buyers again, and they took it higher. Okay, and then we put our runner last contract up here in just below the swing here. Okay, and well, we got a little lucky on that one. We got filled up here. So we had high liquidity, or some liquidity, put it that way, and we had our reasons for getting out up here. Okay, and then you can see that this was a good idea, and we got a pretty steep pullback after that. Okay, this was our position here. It went down below it into the liquidity down here at 54. And then back up into that high liquidity again. And you can see this is the back and forth nature we're dealing with right now. And still dealing with it. Okay, so here we are down here again at the bottom of the range in here. Okay, so this is actually the bottom of the range that we were looking at earlier. Okay, so we missed this trade in here because we thought that it might come down to here at this 51 level here. 52. Okay, so it's down there now. All right, so now we're still actually bearish here until we see something else. And we traded into the high liquidity here. Okay, but do we find those aggressive buyers yet? Okay, starting to find some. Right, now we got an immediate pullback here. Okay, so now we can even take a swing at this here. So we got some buyers again. All right, so let's see if we can get back up here again and get some buyers here. Okay, so we're in. Now I'm not looking for much. This is a small scalp. Okay, and if I don't get the buyers in here back up to here, then we're out. Okay, so we got filled there. So just about a point, S&P point. But you know, this might turn into a bigger move. We don't know. But we're just going to ride some of that momentum here. Right, by understanding that these buyers kept coming in at this level here. And we're out. Okay, we're back up here again, retesting again, still finding those buyers. Okay, let's see if they can push it a little bit more. We may get a pullback here to about here, 55.5 or so. Nope, nothing. Okay, so we're going to miss this one. It looks like some pretty good momentum here, maybe up to 60 or maybe even up to 63.5 here. Okay. So it is include, okay, D&T, I do not have that information, nor does Trader. Okay, it's included free with 7.6. I did not know that. Okay, it might be. I don't know. I would say reach out to support and ask. All right, I'm going to cancel this order here for now. And the reason being is there is not too much buying up in here. So this might be just a move up, a move right back down. And I just look for something better, not in the middle of the range here. Anyway, Trogdolite is using Discord is pretty simple. If you want to come check it out, you'll need to kind of go through this verification process, and heck, I mean, support can help you on that as well. Okay, we're gonna we know there's some limitations there. It's a kind of, it's not too tricky, but there's kind of a few things that are kind of a little goofy or wonky, and we're going to redo it though, so it'll be easier. All right, so guys, here we go again. Top edge here, finding our buyers here. So now look at the buyers up in this area in here. And I'd still look for this to kind of break out at least into 59 or maybe 62 here. It looks pretty good. However, it's not too convincing. There's some buyers here. Okay, we got to pull back, and now we're getting not too many buyers here. Now we're up at 60 already. Okay, so see how we can read that up in here. It's just not that convincing. Now we never know. I mean, heck, all of a sudden there might be a ton of buyers that come in and we're back up at 65 here, right? But we don't know, and it doesn't look like there is a lot of interest right now. Okay, in fact, here's our exhaustion. Sellers should be able to take it back down to at least down to 57 or 56 here, right? Unless something, a change occurs in the order flow here. Okay, because we're not finding buyers here. And now we may, and then, you know, then that hypothesis is wrong. Yeah, Alois, you are still on 7.5. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, D&T, talk to Trader Pete, or support. Reach out to support. See how we're putting this argument together and starting to understand. Now this is looking a little bit better here because there's some buying in here. So now it's better. There's more potential for it to break out. Okay, but up in here it did not look like it. Okay, so we swung back up and now we found it. See how we would have avoided this one, and we could have grabbed this one here. We started to see some of this. Okay, I would have liked to have seen more here, a pullback, and then even more here. Then I would look for this move here. Okay, and also time of day is another thing to consider. Now, what is the likelihood of this breakout here? Right? So filtering for your breakouts here and breakdowns. Okay, using the level 2 or your dome, but using it in Bookmap graphically here. Okay, same concepts and same ideas. Okay, so and getting a steep pullback after this is not a surprise. It's not like you know, that we didn't see that kind of buying activity in here, and you can start to, you know, gauge your rules, your trading rules around something like that. So okay, let's suppose you did see enough buying in here to get you involved. Well, you might want to consider taking some profit on that one. Now, if you see lots of buyers in here, and you get these little pullbacks, and then you get this breakout, well, that's probably more sustainable. Maybe you wouldn't take some profit up here. Maybe look for a higher move. right? So yeah, this is what we were going to do, was to kind of go over our trade in here. um I don't know, going over a winner is not so not the best. It's better to go over a loser. What do we do wrong, and not do that again. uh well, maybe we did do a couple things wrong in here. Yeah, I would say so. um we didn't have a strong book underneath in here. So, we had to sit through this back and forth in here. And the potential here, the potential for that squeeze, for these sellers to hit down into here, maybe below the swing. And well, it didn't happen. So, it worked out for us this time. But you can see how because it's darker underneath here, and you don't find a strong bid. I mean, you do see some, okay, which is good. That's good. But you really want to see that stronger bid underneath here, and then pulling on the offer as well. Then it's a lot easier for the aggressors to move price higher, and quickly too. And it means that there's capitulation on the offer up in here. They'll step away, let these buyers have at it, and they'll sell at a higher level. Okay, so that's something could have improved on. And in fact, maybe if we don't, here's another consideration for your trading plan. If you don't have that, then look for the pullback, okay, and then get involved, or miss it. You might miss it, and look for something better. Okay, I liked getting out up here, and in front of that, or right around or at that high liquidity, and then I also liked the final take profit up here at the swing and in front of the swing. He isn't making you sweat, Stephen. Stephen, you're a pretty cool character, and your patience and uh, able to not sweat are your it's the greed, huh? Yeah, is really your I mean, you're lucky you have those skills. It's really a great thing. You don't know about that. It is. It is. Absolutely. And it's shown. From the trading competitions you've partaken in. Being able to look for bigger swings. I think if you can just run it through the filter, maybe just work on that greed. Um, don't be greedy. Just it's easy to say that, but how can you combat the greed? Just try to be more objective about it. Uh, where should I take some off and why? And don't worry about it. Just get used to managing it objectively. Okay, you know what might help actually, Stephen, is replay mode. Go back and into replay mode after the day, and replay it and trade it again. And then if you still have that feel, and it should be, you should feel kind of objective about it. Shouldn't feel it shouldn't make you sweat like that. Okay, and maybe you're trading too big. Maybe bring down your size will help. That always helps. Okay, so here we are back up here again. Now I like it actually. I think we'll get a move into this liquidity for sure. And then we'll see. Let's zoom out here. So what do we got? Okay, so this is the same idea many times over here. Okay, so we've got buyers. Now I do not like the swings. I'm still looking for it to break out, right? And then maybe we can get up into 70, 69, 70 up here. It's these are pretty big swings, and I don't like that it's, we see the kind of some buying, and then these are big swings. Like I don't like seeing that. I like to see it kind of like build up in here with volume, not come up here, trade high volume, and then pull back, and then trade high volume and pull back. Yeah, I mean, if that is the case, like maybe this does break out and we can look for a pullback. And where would the pullback come to? Okay, well, we can look at some of these areas in here where the buyers came in. Maybe it's down here, right? Or maybe it's here. Okay, we can look at the order book to help us as well. See these guys coming in at 61. And there's also someone coming down in here at 55 below this swing. This is another thing, Stephen. So don't look at the price action and start to understand this relationship in here. Seems like we keep coming up on a big swing and then it swings away. Okay, so look for a pullback. Now you might miss it as well, but then that's that. We're looking for building more buyers building this top edge in here so that we can get this price discovery to the upside. Oh, that higher time frame is an alpha version DNT. It is not available to you guys yet. Okay, there's still a lot of bugs to be worked out here. Okay, so and look at it here though. It's starting to look pretty good on this higher time frame. Like this is over a month of data in here. Right, here's our FOMC from the 18th, and look at this starting to show like a pretty nice breakout here. It broke out from our trend line. We've got a horizontal line up here. It's kind of struggling at the moment at this swing. We have some swings in here though, and it's above it on some buy volume. So higher time frame, still looking for this move up into about 6,100. And if that's the time frame you're trading on, well, where do you put your stop? Well, maybe it's down below 6,000 here. I don't know. Like you need to kind of figure that out. Like maybe it's down below the swing for the day here. Yeah, I want to demo this alpha version for you guys because I mean this is the future here. But a lot, you can see a lot of the add-ons, they do not work in it in that historical data here. Okay? It's a very complex thing. It was easy, we would offer it, but we can only offer the add-ons data in here, like stops and icebergs for the day. Also columns only for the day. Yeah, I mean, this is looking good. Great. We didn't even look at our candlesticks today. Let's do that quickly, actually. All right, so here we are in our candlesticks. Here's our daily chart over here, the S&P, hourly, and then 15-minute here. Yeah, this actually is a good segue, and maybe I'll go over more of this on Friday. Today we've been covering level 2 and the dome, and then how it relates to Bookmap and some of these edges, top and bottom edges. Okay. But we can also look at, yeah, here's our 6100 up here. Just back on the 24th or so, around Christmas. Okay, guys, these three candles in here, same idea. We're getting a bit of a pullback now, but we see the wicks. Okay, we see the bodies, and this is our third time up here. Now we broke out. Okay, this is what it looked like in Bookmap. Now we also noted something about this breakout. Yeah, we're looking for the breakout, but we've seen this behavior of these big swings in here, right? So our limit order is still here, actually. But we're looking for a pullback. All right, so let's suppose, how can this help you? Like as a volume profile trader, so let's say, well, then you could look for some pretty nice moves back to a point of control or higher volume nodes in here. Okay, so maybe 60. You can see I'm not the only guy who has that idea. But look at the bid lined up around this 60 level here. It's pretty good. Okay, so maybe that's all you get on a pullback here. All right, see how you can use the order book here to support your volume profile. Okay, now again, let's take a look at it up here. What do we got? All right, so a lot of buyers met sellers in this area here. We see nice volume dot here, but I do not see much here. Okay, so again, not looking for much. Now we might come up here and find a huge volume dot by the buyers. We look for it to break out. Okay, but I don't see it yet. Okay, I do see a strong bid though. We've got that going for us. No, DNT, the replay mode, the way it works is when you open up your Bookmap and you start it, that's what data is going to be recorded for replay mode. Yeah, even if you close Bookmap and then restart, then you'll have 2 sessions of replay modes. That's how it works. You'll see. Okay, buyers back up here again, and building consensus up here. Okay. I can just see you dome traders looking at this going, yep, yeah, we're coming back up. What's the offer? What's the bid look like? Well, and are they pulling? Are they adding? Well, you can just see it all right here. Now here they come again. It has the potential here because buyers were here and some in here. Okay, but now if we can get them up in here, get the potential move. What's the likelihood in here? There's these guys up here at 66 and 66 and a quarter. And now we might find enough aggressive buyers to trade into them and through them. Okay, but it just doesn't look all that convincing at the moment. Okay, stacked book on the bid looks pretty good here. I like this a lot. Okay, see how we just didn't find enough here, even after on a smaller time frame, 1, 2, 3, 4 tests more. All right, let's see it now, buyers. Let's see the tangle. I'm looking for them to tangle with these guys here. I don't know if they'll be able to get through, but I'm looking for them. There's enough interest here to trade into them. Yeah, we can take a quick scalp out of that. I mean, it's only 2 ticks, but just to kind of demo the point here. No, it's not working. Okay, have to rotate lower. And then let's see if we can find buyers come back in though and trade back up here. All right, now let's see them here. There's enough. There's enough. Actually, I'm going to move my take profit up to 68, or just in front of 68 here. There's enough selling in here to be fuel to that fire. Okay, so we'll see here. Okay, bid still looks pretty good here. I just can't get through this liquidity right now. Okay, rotate lower. And still rotating lower to the bid. Okay, so let's look at this little swing here. Go through the same process. Okay, get buyers back up above it, right around the 64 and a quarter, 3/4. Nope. Okay, let's see if we get it now. No. Okay, it looks like we still got to go lower, find more buyers down here around 61 and a half. Now, this is where I want to see around the 64 and a half here. I want to see those more green dots up here. Okay, nothing there. Okay, so sellers actually looking for some sellers to hit the bid there, but no, we're getting our buyers here. Okay, so now we're looking for our 64 and a half here. Let's see if we can get up here. Okay, retest back up in here, and then a move back up to our break even, basically. Okay, looks good. All right, let's see it, buyers. Let's see a quick move too, and back up into maybe this 66. I want to get above these sellers here in this auction. Look at the offer coming in here, trying to they're protecting it. Okay, so it's a battle between these sellers here. They're passive orders, but they're being aggressive, you know, at a lower level here. And we're finding a battle between aggressive buyers and these passive orders here. And let's see it here. This is setting up pretty nicely now. Okay, back up here again. And is there still buying interest? Nope. Yeah, so this liquidity is kind of holding them off here. Okay, this looks good now, and let's see it. Now let's zoom out a little bit, okay, because we've got enough sellers, like I said earlier. We talked about this on Monday. Was it yesterday, or maybe it was last Friday, about a short squeeze, and knowing that these sellers here will be buyers up in here if they cannot if price gets back up here, okay? And they do not um, if there's more resistance here and we can't get through it, then they'll remain in control. But if we get back up above it, they will be out of control. We look for that squeeze higher. Okay, yeah, looking for the squeeze. Let's see if we can get our stop run here up into 68. There's 34. Okay, looking for a bigger stop run than that. Yeah, it's set up nicely here. Just need a few more buyers to trigger the stops. And we might not get it. So Stephen, like just, you know, um, with that kind of these kinds of swings in here, does that make sense to you? Like, uh, how you can look for pullbacks instead of looking for the, we're still looking for the breakouts in these areas, but you'd be looking for a pullback, and then maybe get the breakout or continuation. Yeah, see how now we're coming back up and we're starting to find those buyers. So now we can get, we can get the move here. We more likely we will get the move here than not. I would think, because the auction is showing buying interest here, and we've gone back and forth, and now we're looking for them to kind of squeeze it higher up into that this liquidity up here and meet the sellers at 68. Okay, bid looks good. And we're not getting it. All right, but they're hitting into the bid. Okay, so finding buyers again here. Down here, the passive buyers. And let's see if we can get this move. One more move back up. Auction up here, maybe the squeeze. Okay, just one scenario. Yeah, you did call yourself a caveman. That's right. Troglodyte. Troglodyte. All right, here's the rotation back up again. And this is where we're going to see it or not. Here we have a European close coming up as well. So probably a little bit of volatility in here. See where the sell dot is here? That's where we retested. Okay, and we're not finding buyers here, so this may fail here. You know, we're not finding, the sellers remain in control after this move here so far. Buyers tried, couldn't get through. We get sellers coming back in. So a couple different use case scenarios here. If we can get buyers back up above here at 65 or 66, okay, then we have more likelihood of the breakout. Okay, if we don't and we get exhaustion in here, we'll likely come back down here again, and we may find more sellers, and they may be able to drive price. They may be able to drive price lower at that point. Okay, so I'm still kind of looking for the sellers to get upended and get their short squeeze. Okay, this was the squeeze that we got here, was only 34 contracts. Okay, we went higher as well, and we didn't find any. Yeah, that's maybe we need to kind of you know, get some more guys in here to sell and then get squeezed and become buyers up in these areas here. All right, so opposite is happening. Yeah, we didn't get the buyers up where we needed them, and now we got the sellers down here at the bottom edge. Okay, well, let's try to get through this cluster of selling here and back up here. Okay, so just a lot of range bound trading in here at the moment. Okay, if I get some sellers in here down at this 63, then I'm out. Okay, because this is where I'd look for some support where these guys came in here. All right, so we're got lucky. We didn't get that. We're getting our buyers back up here again. Now we're set up pretty nicely here for the squeeze. Okay, so let's see. Here are our buyers, our buyer cluster. Okay, and let's see if we can get through here. No, can't get through. And you can see again, like what if the book was up higher? You know, we saw a bid stacked up around 63, 64, and maybe them pulling up here around 66. That would be much more likely we would get our move. Okay, but so far so good. I mean, we still see some support here, right? Okay, it's just we got our resistance here, our supply here. And again, no buyers up here. Oh boy, not good. Okay, looking much better now. Let's see it. And we got a beautiful squeeze to unfold here. All of these guys in here, they're going to have to cover. I'm looking for, like, you know, a couple hundred maybe in terms of stops. Let's see. Nothing. Come on. Okay, another rotation. See how they're pulling here at 67? Let's see it. There's 23. So now we're starting to trigger some stops. 24. Not much, but there we go. 62. Let's get a little bit more. This could turn into a bigger move, actually. So I'm going to even move my take profit up higher. Okay, so Yeah, this is looking pretty good for maybe even a higher time frame move here. Maybe more than 70. Maybe we'll move it up to 75 here, 80. All right, guys. So let's wrap it up. We'll call it a day. You know what we'll go through on Friday is I want to go through candlestick patterns and reading the order flow within them. Okay, so we went through in detail today regarding kind of understanding level 2, the dome, time and sales, but then being able to see it here within Bookmap, relating that from the time and sales in the dome to the heat map and the volume dots and price structure, and then understanding those concepts and then looking for those moves to unfold. We're going to go through then candlesticks as well and start to understand, like, wicks, bodies. I know for you guys over in Discord, like you're kind of rolling your eyes a little bit. Just stay with me for it. Stick with me on this, or hear me out. It'll be good because we can read. We've read all the books, we've seen all the videos for years about candlesticks, but we'll understand really the order flow behind them, what's within that candle, and that's what's going to give us a lot of insight. And that's where we can put those candlestick patterns to use and say, like, this is more likely to work out if it's an engulfing bar or not, and that'll make a big difference. So anyway, stay tuned for that. Thanks for coming, everybody. Hit the like button, please, and come on over to our Discord channel. There's a lot more information, some freebies, etc. over there, and a great discussion group, right? So we really have a nice community. Really like our community. So hope to see you guys there over on Discord. We'll catch up with you guys on Friday, okay, or the Bookmap Academy meeting on Thursday. Okay, so we missed the last couple. All right, we'll see you then. Okay, take care. Bye bye.